guys are finally here.
The Earth looks beautiful from here, isn't it?
Yes. And with that perfect view, let's start our show from the moon.
Welcome to our show.
We are the Happy Hippies.
You must be thinking, what are we going to show you here?
You will watch us talking to you, and then you will see what we do here, why we are doing this, and you will see the change happening.
Yes, the changes on Earth which made us make this show from the moon.
Changes can be good too. Like this show.
Yes, this show is about change, guys. And about those who are bringing the change.
You can be here too. Join us.
You would see the change makers coming here. What you will see are their stories, our interactions with them, and this is our work here. Let's start now. Flashback.
I welcome you both to the Happy Hippies Show.
Yeah, thank you for having us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
So,
pleasure.
so we are the Happy Hippies, that is the Gen Zs. But we are currently in the year 2024 and we have migrated to the moon and hence this background. So here on this show, we discuss about all the issues that we faced and about all the domains that we thought that required a massive change and because of which we had to migrate to the moon. So today's topic, which we think requires a massive change, is education. And we are going to talk and ask questions from you about education. Arjun sir, this question is for you. So college degrees nowadays are very expensive in private colleges, and parents even take like loans to let their child complete their degrees, while they can study the same thing for free from platforms like YouTube. So do you think a college degree is worth the money, or skills are all that matters?
Great question. It's definitely worth it in the sense that it gives you yet another place to
Okay.
grow as a person. Like you have these social experiences, emotional experiences, like semi-professional or professional experiences. This is all part of growing and growing up to be better at what you do. So like yeah, I mean, I think it's where were you going with the question exactly? I'm happy to like go more directly on the answer to.
Okay, so I was asking if it is worth the money or not. If you see the money that parents are spending, yeah.
It's worth it I mean, it's always relative. This is always relative. If you can afford it, you should definitely consider, giving the best education possible. But what is possible is definitely a subjective decision for every family. What I can say is that it's true. There is enough of a meritocracy, or can be more of a meritocracy in the professional world, where it's not like you went to this college, therefore I'm going to be more likely to give you a job. Like
Yeah, right.
if someone's going to pick the better candidate, it doesn't matter where they went to college. Like, so I'd like to believe that is the case. I know there's a lot of like top companies that love to recruit at top colleges, and that will never really change in some respects. Like that's just part of the recruitment setup. But it should be more of a meritocracy, and I don't think students should be disadvantaged from having gone to a less prestigious school. So if that means not spending the extra money for the education, absolutely that should be on the million life skills you can actually pick up. And
Yeah.
I would say you learn way more about work on the job than you'll ever learn in school. So like, fair enough.
Okay.
There's a
And
case to be made for learning outside of school. Yeah.
okay. And so my next question is that many colleges, and I'm sure this bothers a lot of students out there, that many colleges still have uniform while several others have no dress code. So do you think a dress code is mandatory for students pursuing like bachelor's or master's? I'm sure it's mandatory for like students in school, but do you think when you reach a certain age and you're pursuing bachelor's or master's, the school uniform is necessary? Chirag sir.
In the world now, everybody has their own views. You can't put such restrictions on people to say, come in a particular dress code. And, I think early in your career, you want to teach a discipline to a student, which comes from the school, right? And you don't expect to teach discipline till 30 years of your life, right? That's like almost half of your life now in today's time span, right? So I think first 15 years, 12 years is good enough to tell you a discipline, and then let the person decide how he wants to pursue further, how he wants to dress up, what works for him, what doesn't work for him. I still see people falling, wearing the same black t-shirt every day to college, right? It's like a school uniform for them, right? But that's what they like, right? Even I sometimes feel I'm wearing the same black t-shirt in my office every day, not today, but every day. So, but that's something I enjoy and I like, and it's kind of a uniform for me, right? So I think let the person decide. In 10, 15 years of discipline is good enough in a school life, and then beyond they can choose what they want to.
Okay. And what do you have to say, Arjun sir?
Sounds really easy. Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree with everything Chirag said. That's spot on. Like, we're letting 18-year-olds vote and we're letting 18-year-olds drive. Surely they can choose their clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. And so the next question is, Arjun sir, for you, that there are several subjects in college that are forced onto children. For example, when a student enters engineering or architecture, his entire first year goes into studying the same subjects that he studied in the 11th and 12th grade. That is like physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So do you think this is necessary, or should the child actually study the curriculum for the first year, which is related to engineering or architecture? What do you think should be preferred?
You probably don't necessarily need to. I think the reason you end up doing a revision of everything that you did before is because there's a certain percentage of students who will be coming from different streams who didn't do all of those things. So for them, it's like a quick skill up on everything they need to know. And for everyone who's already done it, it's a review. It's like a way to build your foundation. If you're one of the people that kind of think that you build on a strong foundation, that's how you make a house. And if the foundation means ensuring core concepts are like known to everyone, I think surely you can consider that a good idea. That notwithstanding, I would definitely say that you could speed this stuff up, like, and definitely get into the core of things. Just one small anecdote over here, I would say, like, really positively for the education. Here is I did accounting and commerce for my 9th grade through 12th grade. And then I went abroad for my undergrad.
All right.
Indian accounting teaching is so high level. I didn't learn a new thing until my junior year, like my 3rd year of college.
All
I
right.
literally I spent the first 2.5 years only doing like every single thing that I already knew and just changing the words, like the Indian version of the same
Yeah.
organization to
Yeah.
the American version. And that's pretty great. Like, that's awesome that we learned enough in that time that I didn't really learn anything for 3 more years in college in accounting. So
Yeah, I get
yeah,
it.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah. And Chirag sir, what do you have to say on this?
So like Arjun, right? I also did my graduation from US, right?
Okay.
So one thing which I like during that period, right? So every student is given a advisor, right?
Yeah.
And based on their inclination, their of what they want to really pursue, and as they get better and better in their course,
Yeah.
the advisor allows them to choose what kind of subjects they want to pursue. So a person might say, I give a shit about, sorry, not so I don't want to do chemistry, right? And I
Yeah.
don't and but I can do 2 courses of maths, right? Because I enjoy that,
Yeah.
right? So they probably can go for that, right? So I think that's one of the things I really liked about it. So I was not forced to take any particular course just to complete my master's, right?
Yeah.
I had an advisor who was telling me which all courses to take based on what I wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
So I think that kind of uh, a little I would say flexibility, right, in our system also could really help, right? Relate what I believe, right? I think sometimes I mean we also went through crazy math equations for second year of our engineering, right? Which I don't even remember now, and I don't even had to use it in my last 20
Yeah.
years in my college, right? So last 20
Right.
years of my college. So So do I really need to go through that pain of, mugging that up? Probably no, right? If I really, I mean, I'm a computer science grad. I wanted to really pursue computers. So does that alpha, beta, I don't know what those equations were. I mean, does that really help somewhere? No, right? So I think same, right? So physics, high level physics for a computer science graduate, how does it make a difference? I don't know, right? So I think little flexibility would be appreciated, and I think it will allow students to focus more on what they really want to pursue.
Okay, all right. So my next
So
question.
one second, I just want to sort of add to that. That's such a great point, such a underrated point, that you could do like some fun electives, like stuff that you might want to do. Like I did it, like the weirdest one I ever did was history of rock and ballroom dancing. And those were the only two fun, but I did everything required to graduate as a finance and accounting student. But then I got these 2 or 3 on the side, and it's good. Like absolutely, I think it should be allowed to choose like a couple of those.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. That brings us to the last question of the day, which is for Arjun sir, that all girls school and all girls colleges, they were established because girls were earlier not given the equal right to education as males were. But nowadays, what is happening is that so many all girls schools are developing, and even in like metropolitan regions where there is no such difference in male and female education, but somewhere or the other, people think that students who study in all girls schools and colleges, they are kind of being restricted to an exposure and an environment, and it is noticed that they feel underconfident in talking to guys when they go out in the real world or schools. So do you think like all girls schools and colleges should be encouraged more, or are they actually decreasing the confidence of girls and they're not able to talk to guys?
I went to an all boys school from 1st to 10th, and then I went to a co-ed school from 11 to 12th. Now I can tell you that it's interesting. Like when you first join the co-ed school, there's a million people who have been in an all-girls school, and co-ed school, laughing at you for having been in an all-boys school. They're like, oh, like and it's not. I mean, I wouldn't change it now for anything, because like those are the experiences that make you you. And I'm comfortable with who I am, right? Like I mean, and that's all cool. But like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think the type of school that it turns out to be, based on how the administrators run it, has more of an impact on whether kids turn out right and confident and happy and like whatever. I think that has more of an impact than whether or not it is an all boy, all girl or co-ed school. Like I think that's it.
That was awesome.
And there is more to come.
We'll see you in the next episode.